Hey,
What's going on with you?
why are you making all of that sighing that you're doing over there? It's been a rough day.
Been a rough day, man.
Oh yeah.
Uh, yeah, been a long, long day. How's your day been? So how's your day been? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. I'm sorry. My mind be all over the place.
Yeah, yeah, I get it. Mine too. I get it. I get it. I get it.
Hey Brianna. Brianna says, "Hey Dad."
Hey, babe, how are you?
Um, oh, my day was cool. I spent most of it in church actually. Well, then after church we went to have dinner with the pastor.
Church, huh? Church.
Yes,
Church.
and
I was trying to show off. I was trying to show off my T-shirt. Can you see the T-shirt?
I,
Can you see it?
well, I saw your T-shirt before you saw it, so
Uh, niggas. Anyway, you see my T-shirt?
I'm gonna sip my wine. We can only see the top part of it. You're gonna have to put your camera down so people can see your whole shirt.
Uh, that's
Hey,
okay.
Adeline.
Nah,
Oh yeah, you could just stand up. Hey,
I ain't
Papa
gonna do it.
Party.
It's cold in here anyway. I'm going
Oh,
to put my jacket back on. How about that?
such a wuss.
Say what?
Such a wuss.
Whatever. Shut your mouth.
How you gonna put your jacket on? You can't see the shirt at all. You're not that
But
cold.
don't worry about it. You couldn't see it anyway. And I'm not moving this camera and all this other stuff. As soon as I move the camera, we're gonna have technical
I said you
difficulties
could
and
just. I said you could just stand up.
nah, I don't want to do all that. Anyway, are you ready to get this show started? You ready to get this party started?
I mean, I stay ready.
Okay, well, all right. So I'm about to go ahead and drop this intro. Please understand that we do not own the rights to any music that you hear on the show. Typically, because of the show, the way we go, we don't even end up getting to know other songs anyway. But without further, don't laugh at that shit. Without further ado, I'm going to drop this intro music so we're going to get into the show. And here we go. Again, did I already say it? Yeah, we don't own the rights to no music. So crazy. We got to say all that, but, it's what it is. So here we go. Yeah. Welcome again to Steel Radio. I'm your man, Steel. That's my lovely co-host, Ebony, aka Miss Hot Topic. Unfortunately, B Rabbit, he can't make it with us tonight, but that's okay because he's supposed to still be in our thoughts and our prayers and all that other good stuff. Not saying he's in the hospital no shit, but he's just at work.
Yeah, somebody has to pay the bills.
Somebody gotta pay the goddamn bills around that motherfucker. Yeah. Bree, I know I didn't text you back, baby, but I'm gonna text you back and we're gonna figure it out for Thanksgiving. Okay, I'm gonna be there, so just calm your nerves. Daddy to the rescue as always. Okay, so just chill out, relax, and just be smooth until I get there. Okay, so all you gotta do is just be real chilly, like icebergs. Okay, because I'm gonna be there. We're gonna figure it out. Okay. But anyway, like I said, this is Steel Radio. We're just gonna listen to our intro. It plays for a couple minutes. I might not play the whole thing because we already started a little bit late. But we're just gonna play it to give people a little bit more time to get in there. So tonight's topic, wow, it's probably gonna be a barn. Man, listen. We only gonna do this for an hour because I gotta go to work as always. So we only do all right, maybe an hour, 15 minutes. Okay. So Topic
I'm
is,
on
go ahead,
all week
Ebony.
this week.
Well, I mean, well, lucky you. You're lucky you. You know, unfortunately, criminals they don't
They
go to
don't
bed.
take the
These
day off.
niggas, yeah, they don't have days off and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to just take a sip.
You know what? You always try to be like me. That's all I have to say. But it's all right. You know they say.
I'm gonna go ahead and take a sip from my cup. You know what I'm saying? Still ready on your. Hey, listen, these are gonna go on sale for $59.95. Okay,
$59.95 though.
$59.95, and you know what I'm saying. But you can do installments of whatever that $59.95 breaks down into. How many payments you need? Okay, I'm just saying.
Brianna, you didn't tell me you wanted a wine glass.
First of all, she's not drinking no damn wine glass. You better get a juicy cup or something. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like a Capri Sun glass.
You know, they say that when somebody, you know, copies you, that it's the highest form of flattery. So I'll take it.
What?
I'll take it.
Oh.
Because you weren't thinking about no steel glass or cup till I got one. But it's cool. It's cool.
Listen.
We're a team. We're a team.
We a team. Hey, ready? Let's go ahead and toast to that. Let's toast to that. Ching, there it is. Wow, you heard me.
Okay, Brianna.
So we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna let you go ahead. I mean, since you missed hot topic, I'm gonna let you tell the viewers what we talking about tonight. Go ahead, let them know. I mean, let them get into it. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So what's funny is that Paul and I usually we don't have a lot of extensive conversation about what the topics are. Like, you know, 30 minutes before the show, he'll just be like, "You got a topic?" I'm like, "Yeah, I got a topic." So me and him sometimes get into a mini debate before the show, but we decided we was gonna save it for y'all.
Yeah, say that one. Say that one, nigga. I'm just saying. I mean, shit. So what? I mean, tell them what the topic is.
So tonight, you know, I was gonna do like questions, like we always do, you know. But I feel like this first question is going to take some time for us to talk about. So, this first question I had is it okay to date one of your friend's exes?
Ooh. Well, we gonna definitely divulge into that one. Is it okay to date one of your exes? Mm-hmm. Friends' exes? Is it okay?
Or
I don't know.
Or you know what? We'll talk about, like, so they don't even have to be an ex. Is it okay to date someone that your friend dated? Hey, Sneezy. So far, everybody's saying hell no. Because here's the thing.
Hold on, we're gonna get into it. We gonna get into it.
Brianna said, unless you want to get beat up.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Listen, that's a topic. And then what's the other one? Oh, we're talking.
What about also not only friends, but what about family members?
Ooh, family members.
Because I got a couple stories about that type of thing that happened to me.
I mean, shit. I mean, I got some stories too. Oh, I got some stories. But some of my stories we won't divulge on the air.
You don't ever want to divulge on the air anyway.
You know, we won't divulge on the air. You know what I'm saying? We won't divulge
you
on
don't
the air.
ever want to divulge.
No, I mean, that's not true. I mean, I think I have been quite, you know what I'm saying, open and honest with a lot of my stuff.
You've been transparent.
Yeah, I think I've been a little bit, I think I've been a little bit too transparent as of late. You heard? You know
No, there's no such thing as too transparent.
Oh, yeah.
See how Adeline said he pleads the fifth? Because that's your favorite line. I plead the fifth.
Listen, I'm going to sip on my Cavassier apple cider right now, okay? So as the intro plays out, we about to get into the show again. Thank you very much for tuning in to Steel Radio. I am your man, Steel, and that is my lovely co-host, Ebony, aka Miss Hot Topic. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in on another cold Sunday evening. Cause listen, it's cold. You hear me?
Not that cold.
Listen, it's cold where we are, and to the point where when I went outside earlier, I could have sworn a polar bear was outside by my motherfucking car. Do you hear me? It's cold as hell. That's all I'm saying. What's up, Sam? 1975. What's up,
Thank
man?
you, Sam. Thank you.
Wow, you like that? Yeah. Listen, I'm telling you, I'm selling these cups for $59.95. It's like this is one of these like thermos cup things. It keeps everything hot or cold or whatever it is.
Nobody's paying $59.95 for it. We might talk about another price.
59. Okay, $20. You can buy this for $20. You let me know. I get you one. Or if you want a glass, we'll get you a glass. You know what I'm saying? And if you really want to support, we'll get you one of these Ross. You know what? Matter of fact, hold on 1 second.
Miss Adeline
Or
said,
if you want, I can get you one of these Raw Steel Radio T-shirts. Huh? Bow, you see that? They come in whatever size you need. You let me know. Bow, get it done for you. You see that? Bow. You can be out there with your shirt on, letting everybody know who's the #1 talk show in America is. Okay? Well, I mean, we got to get some more numbers up.
that doesn't mean we're not number one.
Listen,
we're a hidden
we're the #1 talk show for the 7 to 9 people that come in here on Wednesdays and Sundays.
I'm hot. Okay, listen.
Well, I'm not.
Adeline said that this is cuffing season, and big girls run this season.
Excuse me?
It's cuffing season, so big girls run this season. Like big boys. You know, everybody wants himself a bigger guy in the wintertime, like a teddy bear to keep warm.
Oh,
I don't know,
okay.
Adeline. I'm kind of a big girl, and I run every season, so I'm not sure.
Wait a minute. All the seasons, like all 4 of them? Winter, spring, summer, and fall?
Every season, I have no problem cuffing.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. Okay. All right. Now, so let's go ahead and get into the topic of the evening. And the topic is, I'm going to let you say it. Go ahead, Miss Hot Topic, drop it. I mean.
So, is it okay to date someone that your friend dated or family member dated? Now, everybody who heard the question earlier, everybody said no. Everybody said, oh, no, hell no. Are there any exceptions? Because you know what I know, what I found out? I found out that 2021 folks ain't made like we were, right? So the way we grew up is that it's these unspoken rules. Like we don't have to sit our friends down and tell them these are the rules of friendship. This is what's appropriate and this is what's not. But apparently, like these new folks, they don't, either their parents didn't teach them. Like I teach my daughter those type of things today. Like, you know what I mean? I tell her like that's not cool. But so is it that the parents aren't passing this along, or have the rules changed?
Have the rules changed? I mean, in today's society, I think the rules have changed a bit. You know what I'm saying? Even in our day, sometimes people just don't respect the code. You know what I'm saying?
The code.
The people just don't. People sometimes just don't respect the code. You know what I'm saying? And me personally, I've always been a believer of respecting the code. So yeah,
I want to ask you about this, because I always had the impression that more so for men, women not as much, but more so for men, I always had the impression that y'all weren't cool with like sharing y'all chicks. Like when y'all done with her, y'all be like, man, I don't care. You know what I mean? So that's not a thing for guys.
No. So again, what you just said is like a situation where if you're talking to a chick, right, whether you smashing her, you in a whatever the situation is between you and that woman, once you decide that you no longer want to talk to that woman or whatever, if first of all, period, right, your homeboy shouldn't be like, yo, I want to hit that, unless, now there are some exceptions, like if, for instance, like if a girl who's just a thought, you know what I'm saying, but even then, there's still a code of ethics that you go to your man and be like, bruh, I know she was just a homie from around the way type chick or whatever, but can can I smash? Do you mind if I smash? You feel me? And then your man has to give you the nod, like, yeah, man, go. Because that's when you hear the conversation. Nah, man, you know what I'm saying? I don't really. Oh, it wasn't nothing like that between me and her like that. If you want to go ahead and hit, go ahead and hit. You know what I'm saying? But then the other part of that code is the woman herself. Like if you already hit one dude, why would you then want to go hit the
Well,
homie?
okay. So with that, is there like a time frame? Like she may not want to go deal with your friend, with your man's a month later, but let's say a year later, 2 years later, 5 years later, it's like y'all didn't have anything serious, y'all just was kicking it or whatever. That's not cool.
It's a no. I don't give a shit how you dress it up. You wanna put it on your plate with a garnish. You know what I'm saying? It's a no.
Okay,
you
so
ain't
Adeline says, "Ill, I'm not licking what's been inside my best friend or family member." Now, here's the thing, Adeline. Some of us live a freer lifestyle, so I probably licked my best friend already, and so I hate when you make that face like that. So that's not that big of a deal.
I gotta go to the glass on that one.
Okay, so let me tell you. Y'all tell me if I was wrong. 2 times I've been in a situation where I was the person that they felt like was wrong. So the first time, I had a friend. She had a birthday party. We were close friends, not like best friends, but we were cool. You know what I mean? She had a birthday party. She brought a dude to the birthday party. I met him, and I was like, yeah, y'all go have birthday sex. Y'all have a good time. Boom. Never saw him again or whatever. 2 weeks later, he popped up in my inbox. And I was like, aren't you dealing with my girl? And he was like, nah. Like, what you mean, nah? I was like, did y'all have sex or not? And he was like, yeah, we had sex that night. He's like, but I haven't really spoken to her, seen her since then. And so I was like, well, how long y'all been talking to each other? He said, oh, we met that same day. We met that day on Tagged. And she invited me to her birthday. I didn't have anything to do. So I came to the birthday. We smashed that night. But, you know, that's pretty much the end of it. So I was like, all right. So him and I continued to converse. Nothing, you know, over the top, nothing sexual, whatever. And actually, he initially said he had hit me up because he wanted to talk to me at the time. He was dealing with 5 links. Y'all remember 5 links? Well, it was 5 links was one of those pyramid things where they try to get people.
5 ladies.
Yeah. So
you said 5. He was dealing with 5 different ladies.
No, it was a company called 5 Links, and it was one of those.
5 links. I can't. I thought you said he was dealing with 5 ladies. I said what? Oh.
So
okay.
So anyway, maybe 2 weeks or so after him and I had been talking, he finally asked me if I would go out with him. So I was meeting up with the girl that night or whatever. We got together and I was like, hey, what's the story with you and so? And she was like, nothing, girl. You know, it was what it was. It was that night, you know, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, oh, okay. I said, so it's nothing going on with y'all? Y'all not talking or nothing? She was like, no. I said, well, he's been hitting me up. Would you be okay if I went out with him? She said, yeah, girl, I don't care. I mean, you know, it was a one night thing, whatever. I don't care. All right. Because here's the thing. If I come to you, like you talked about with the stamp, if I come to you, then I expect that you tell me the truth. Because I'm going to tell you what, if you come to me about one of mine and I feel like I don't want you to deal with it, I'm going to say, no, you can't fuck with him. Like, you know what I mean? Because there are certain dudes that I've dealt with in the past and I'm like, girl, I don't care. And there's certain dudes that I'm like, yeah, no, not that one. So anyway, she says she has no problem with it. Him and I ended up becoming very serious. And so she started acting real funny. So I'm like, what's the problem? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's wrong? So now she's mad at me because she said,
do you want me to tell you what the problem is?
Yeah, what's the problem?
Okay, here, you ready? Bam. Here's the problem. 9 times out of 10, if she wouldn't even expect you to even entertain that conversation with her. So when you probably came to her like, yo, is it cool? Is it cool? She probably was looking at you like,
but I said to her several times, I'm fine if it's not. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not a thing.
I understand that. But what I'm saying is she still was probably, didn't want to like make it seem like, like she would really give a fuck, although she really did give a fuck, because sometimes motherfuckers be still under the impression like, why would you even ask? There are all these other niggas, why would you even ask? And I'm quite sure when you walked off, she probably was like, girl, can you believe this motherfucker had the nerve to, you know what I'm saying, ask if she fucked Jerome, you know what I mean?
But I didn't ask her to fuck him. I asked if it cool if we went out. Now, what I later found out was her real issue was never that I actually went out with him. Her
do you see the comment?
Huh? Yeah, I see him.
Yeah. I don't see him anymore.
Well, so here's tonight. I decided to prepare in advance, so I pulled it up on my laptop so I could see if they stopped on my phone like they normally do. I could see them on my laptop. So but nobody has said anything since Adeline said take a drink for me too.
Okay.
No.
Okay, all right.
Mel lady said ill. What's Mel lady saying ill to? So, you know what I mean? So she said that her issue was never that I went out with him. Her real issue became that we actually became something serious. Because she said, she assumed that what was going to happen was I was just going to fuck him like she did, and he was going to be done with me, and I was going to be done with him, and it was what it was. But she struggled with, why was he interested in something more serious with me and not her?
Oh.
So.
Did you ever get an answer to that question?
I asked him, I did, and he said because she was boring. So, I mean, I can't change this girl's personality. He said that he tried to talk to her, get to know her, and he said that she was boring. She didn't have a lot of personality. He didn't have a good. Here's the thing. I still, to this day, talk to that little boy. He was young.
You said little boy?
Yeah, he was young, too.
Young what? Whoa, hold on. How young was you talking?
He was not like, young. But I'm 43. So he was in his early 30s.
Oh.
So
would that make you look like a puma?
No, it doesn't. You have to be at least 10 years older than the person for you to be a cougar.
Oh, so what's a puma?
It's like the age, how old you are, I think.
Oh.
So if you're like between 30 and 40, you're a cougar. If you're between 40 and 50, it's like that. It's like a whole chart. I don't know. So Adeline says, what type of man tries to get with his ex's girl that's causing problems? So I think in this instance, for him, he didn't feel like she was an ex. Like, I met you that day, I fucked you that night. We didn't really have any more dealings after that. So she's not considered, in a man's world, she's not an ex.
When did he say when did she get boring if they?
So I think the next day, he said that they slept together that night or whatever. Now, here's the other thing. The other thing is, she told me a very different version of what happened between them. Like, she made it seem like they had this long romantic night, and the next morning they had breakfast in bed, and it was just beautiful. He said, no, we fucked that night. It was late. I got up when the sun came up, and I left. Like, so I don't, what I mean? But he did say that, like, I guess he talked to her maybe the next day or whatever, a day after that. And he just said that there just wasn't really, you know what I mean? That it didn't click. There wasn't really anything between them. He was bored. She didn't have a lot of personality. It just was what it was. So I was super surprised. I'm like, she met you that morning. Like, the way she described him to me was that she had been talking to this guy for a while. So the only reason that I even considered asking her and thinking like, okay, because I was like, well, she met him that morning and fucked him that night, and they haven't really dealt with each other. And that's what she told me too. No, we haven't dealt with each other. We haven't talked, whatever. I'm like, she can't have feelings for him, whatever. What's the big deal?
But even with that, whether she had feelings, didn't have feelings, or there were strong feelings or whatever, but at the end of the night, you still knew that they smashed. So that point,
here's the thing. Baltimore, at the time I was living in Baltimore is a much smaller place than people think it is. I'm almost positive. Yeah. I'm almost positive that you didn't smash somebody that you knew. Like, that's just what it is.
Now, here's the thing. I will say this. Maryland in itself and Baltimore, this area is small,
Mm-hmm.
right? So what I'm saying to you is, if I smash somebody and then later on down the road I start talking to another girl and and she was like, oh, and somewhere down the line it comes out that you knew my friend or you must mess with my friend or whatever, then that's a little different story than me like going after someone.
But I didn't go after him.
You did. I mean, technically, you didn't go after him, but
so you feel like I was wrong.
Absolutely. Absolutely. In every sense of the word. The moment she told you, yeah, I fucked that nigga, at that moment you like, okay, cool, because I'm quite sure it was other niggas at the birthday party. He wasn't the only one. He wasn't the only nigga in there that could have fed you some birthday cake. That's all I'm saying.
He was a cutie though. I call him my chocolate drop. And I
Listen,
still to this day talk to him. When we started dealing with each other, we agreed neither one of us wanted to be in a relationship. He didn't want to be settled down with somebody that had kids already. I didn't want to be in a relationship. And so we had like a whole 11-month relationship that we didn't call a relationship because neither one of us was seeing anybody else.
Are you guys still having a little love tryst?
Not really at this point, because here's what happened. Let me tell you how it ended. So for 11 months, we had this whole, like I said, he didn't date anybody else. I didn't date anybody else. We were in a relationship. We just didn't call it that. We talked to each other every day. We saw each other at least 4 or 5 times a week. He joined my church, started coming to church with me. Like
out there?
Yeah, no, in Baltimore.
In Baltimore. Oh, okay.
And what happened was, after about 11 months of this, I realized that I was starting to really love this boy.
Excuse me?
You heard what I said.
What? Come again?
I realized that I was starting to really love him.
What?
And so I said to him, listen, I'm checking in because I told y'all in the previous show, when I sign up initially for a thing, I get that that's what I signed up for. So I don't try to change you and what you want because I knew what I signed up for when I signed up for it.
What did you sign up for?
So when we started, we agreed neither one of us want to be in a relationship.
So you guys were just fucking?
I mean, it was supposed to be that, but like I said, you know what I mean? We talked every day. We spent at least 4 or 5. We went out on dates. He knew the kids. He came over. You know what I mean? He knew my church people. He joined my church. We were in a relationship. We just didn't call it that. We had several conversations. He wasn't seeing anybody else. I wasn't seeing anybody else. We checked in every day, like a relationship.
So that sounds like a relationship to me. I don't.
Right. So that was my first mistake. My first mistake was, even though we knew what we signed up for, we didn't keep the parameters of what that's supposed to look. Fuck buddies and relationships look different. Anyway, so when I realized that I'm now falling in love with this man, I asked him, hey, are you still in the same place you were when we started 11 months ago? He says, yeah, I just don't. He had a bad experience being in a relationship with someone who had kids. So he says, yes, I just can't be serious with somebody who has kids. And so I then said to him, okay, well, I'm going to have to end this.
You said that?
Yeah. And he's like, what do you mean? What? Because here's the thing. I'm falling in love with you. And if we've already agreed that you don't want what I want and I don't want what you want, this is going nowhere. Why would I continue to set myself up to be hurt? So I'm going to have to end this. I think that he didn't think I was serious, but I mean what I say and I say what I mean. So I ended it. I stopped taking his calls. He couldn't come over anymore. For about 3 months, we had no communication. 2 o'clock in the morning, he calls me up. 3 months later, he's crying. I have to come over and talk to you. I have to. And I was like, have you been drinking? And he was like, yes, I'm drunk, but I'm telling you, I have to come over. You have to come over at 2 o'clock in the morning. Yes, I have to say this. I said, well, if you come over, be clear, I'm not fucking you. Okay, I just really need to talk to you. So he gets there, and he goes on to profess his love for me.
You fucked him.
I did not. I mean what I say, and I say what I mean. I promise you I didn't. I promise you I didn't.
I bet you let him lick your bone.
None of the above. None of the above.
You just said you still possibly love this man, but you ain't giving him no little.
Because once I put you in your compartment, that's where you belong. Like that's where you are. So he gets there. He says that he is in love with me. He did not realize until after we broke up how much he really loved me. And, you know, he told me that he didn't think that I was really going to cut him off, but I did. And he just has to tell me. So I said, okay. Like I said, he was drunk. I said, oh, he's drunk. You know what I mean? We let him sleep it off. We wake up the next morning. And I'm like, you feeling better? And he's like, yeah, you know. So we're just kind of sitting, laying there or whatever. And he was like, you remember what I said to you last night? Yeah, I remember. And so I said, but you were drunk. It's no big deal. He was like, no, I'm not drunk now. And I'm telling you, I love you. This man to this day still tells me that he's never met a woman like me before. And he still loves me.
Okay, so
what he does is he'll ask me for advice on his relationships that he's in now. Like he'll be like, this is what's happening with me and old girl. What you think I should do type of thing or whatever.
Oh. So what I want to know, what is it? That's probably another show. We'll talk about now. This cup really makes my Cavassier apple cider taste really, really delicious. Is all I'm saying.
Mine too.
You can get these cups on sale for $39.99. Okay, $39.99. Okay, $1 goes to, I don't know.
What does it go to?
Feed the Kids Foundation of America.
Hold on, y'all. Excuse me for a minute. I gotta yell at my kids. Hold on.
Don't yell at my.
I need her to take something out the oven. I was making barbecue ribs and broccoli and rice casserole.
Can't you do like you in church and put your finger up and say you'll be right back and go in there and?
They do, Sneezy. They always realize it after the fact. Hold on 1 second then.
Thank you. Just use your church finger and go handle that or whatever. And I'm going to keep on talking to people because I'm just letting y'all know that I think it's a no. There's no reason that, you know what I'm saying, you should, you know, knowingly. Now, there are some situations and times like you might run into somebody that your girl might have talked to from, I don't know, 5-10 years ago or 5, whatever it was, and bump, you know, and then all of a sudden through conversation, you might find out, hey, yeah, oh, yeah, I used to talk to that dude. Boom. You know what I'm saying? In that situation, it might be a little different, but in that situation, what would you do? If you was talking to somebody and it was like, yeah, girl, I used to talk to him, da-da-da-da, would you continue to talk to him or would you stop? Me personally, can't do it. I can't do it. Can't do it. What's up, True Havoc? Thank you for joining in the show.
Okay.
Thank you for joining in.
Okay. Let me tell you the other story so you can tell me if I'm wrong again. Because, I mean, to me, I'm just like, okay, so here's the other story. So I told y'all before what LS is. For those of you who are just joining, you've never been LS. LS stands for lifestyle. And it just kind of means that you're free sexually. There are a lot of things that fall under the LS umbrella. Swinging.
Hold on. Ebony, hold on. Go out and come back. Do the little thingy you do because you're all blurry.
Okay.
Like whatever that little thingy. I'm a $39.95 or 99. 95 sounds better. Yeah, $39.95. If you want a cup, make sure you go to my inbox me, and I'll let you know when and how to purchase your steel radio cup, glass, mug, whatever it is you want. Okay? Let me know. We'll get it done. And Ebony's gone, but she'll come back. What's up, Benjamin Stacks? My man. Yeah, because Ebony, you be messing up. Put her back in the box. Hold on. I don't know where she went. Oh, there she goes. She's back. Are you back? There you go. Bam. So, yeah, like I was just saying. Oh, yeah, finish the story.
Okay, so a lot of things fall under the LS umbrella, swinging, polyamory, a lot of different things. But, hey, Benjamin Stack, you said, what up, fam?
What up, my nigga?
So, okay.
But the
So,
funny thing is, he's not even a nigga, but he acts like one, so he's a nigga to me. That's my nigga. That's all I'm saying. He's like the coolest. He's the coolest white boy on earth. That's all I'm saying.
I
He's,
introduced somebody to Brian, and I was like, she's the blackest white girl you'll know.
yeah, he's like that's my nigga. Like anything. Listen, I call him like, yeah, anything you want, he can get it. Like I mean, I wish I was joking, but if you want it and you need it, listen, that's hustle man right there. That's all I'm telling you. Anyway, finish the story.
So anyway, so in the LS world, it is not uncommon that you have slept with your friend's boyfriend, husband, or your friend. I mean, that's just kind of, yeah. So you got the hookup. I got to remember that, Benjamin. Okay, so I had a girlfriend, a whole girlfriend, the real kind of girlfriend. We lived together, and she was my whole girlfriend. But both of us really, you know what I mean? We cool with women, and like we enjoy that. But what we really like is men, like, you know what I mean? So almost everything that we did involved some dick at some point.
Whoa.
So we threw events, we had parties, you know what I mean? So anyway, there was this one particular dude. Now this has been since I've been down here. Now I'm not from Dallas. So everybody that I knew pretty much was someone that she had introduced me to, or my cousin who's from there had introduced me to. So I had heard that she had this dude that she hooked up with, and but they, from her lips and his, they were never in a relationship. They just hooked up at parties. It was like, you know, this is my hookup person at the party. So anyway, we have a party or whatever. We all end up at the same place. He actually showed up to the party, and she didn't know he was going to be there. And she was like, "Is that him?" And I was like, "Yeah, it looked like him." I had never met him in person. I only knew him online. Anyway, she, you know, because that's what they do, she's like, "Yeah, I'm fucking him." All right, cool. So they go upstairs to one of the play areas. I wasn't even initially going. I was like, "Y'all have fun." She's like, "No, come on, girl, come with me." Okay. We get upstairs. Okay. I mean, again, this is not unusual in LS. We get upstairs. Hey, Lotus Linus.
Yeah.
We get upstairs or whatever, and they get to, you know, touching or whatever. Again, I'm just sitting and watching at this point. She starts sucking his, excuse me, because he wasn't my dude. So I didn't know if she needed me there for moral support or what she needed in that moment. But until you're invited into a threesome situation, you don't create one. So, so I'm sitting there, you know, just kind of like, "Oh, I see y'all." You know, I'm kind of like the cheerleader or whatever. She gets to sucking his dick or whatever.
Whoa. I mean, you don't have to be so scriptive. I mean, you know, you can use. Go ahead with your story. Go ahead on.
She gets to sucking his dick or whatever.
Oh my God, this nigga. Go ahead.
And so then she, you know what I mean? She gives it to me. I get to sucking his dick. We sucking his dick together.
Oh my God.
And the police end up coming and shutting the party down.
Because y'all was sucking it.
Yeah. So we pack up or whatever. We're going, the house that we're staying at, we're like, "Y'all come to the house." So we pretty much take the party to the house.
Right.
So again, he gets to the house or whatever. She's super excited. I don't really even know him except for social media. But he is handsome, you know what I mean? She's super excited or whatever. They get ready to go upstairs or whatever. Once again, she grabs my hand like, "Girl, come on."
Right.
All right. So I go upstairs, and, you know, they get the fucking or whatever. He's laying down. She's on top of him. They get the fucking or whatever. But my girlfriend, she likes to drink a lot. And sometimes she pops pills and different shit like that. So when she gets to these parties, most of the time, I'm just following behind her, making sure she ain't doing nothing dumb, because she just, you know. So in the middle of them fucking or whatever, she gets up and she like, "I'm going downstairs." So she like, "Ebony, handle that."
So you handle it.
All right.
I mean, so she just basically, she just tagged you in.
Right. So
and
tag, I'm in. Right. Tag, I'm in.
That's normal.
So I get on top of him or whatever. So here's the thing. We're having amazing sex, right? Like, You know, like
Okay.
where I know you've had sex with somebody before, and y'all sexual chemistry is just out this world. Like you may not even like the person as a person, but when y'all are fucking, like y'all sexual chemistry is like out of this world, right? So I'm like, shit, you know what I mean? Nobody told me it was gonna be this good. So we're doing this, like we're going at this for a while.
Was there an advertisement for you to know that it
But
would
no,
be that
not
good?
necessarily. But in the LS world, like we tell each other, we be like, "Girl, you fuck Paul yet?" Man, that nigga, like you know what I mean. In LS,
Don't put my name in this. Don't put my name in the story. Don't put my name in the story. Don't put my name in the story. Go ahead.
Yes,
For
disclaimer.
those
Paul
of
was
you,
not there.
I was not there. I was not at the party.
But like, so in the LS world, you know what I mean? Especially for girls, like women is close or whatever, we pass the information along. We'd be like, girl, you better get you some
Really?
Paul because
No,
that's it. Yeah, because in the LS world, like this is not my man. We have fun at a party. So I'm just sharing the wealth. Like, you know what I'm saying? Girl, next time you see him at a party, you better get some of that because that was good shit. Like, that's what we do. So I'm like, damn, nobody told me. So anyway, we're now at this point, we've been fucking for a long time. Like, you know, it's a long time when like you say to yourself, damn, we still fucking like so
you mean that same night?
Yeah.
That same night?
So
Okay.
I say to him, let me go check on her because I know that she can be sensitive. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I don't want her to be somewhere in her feelings because I'm fucking him or whatever. And we've been fucking so long. I don't want her in her feelings. So I like, let me go check on her.
Didn't she tell you to handle it?
She did. But also you have to know people. You know what I mean? Like you just know some of your friends and you know how they are. And I know that she can be sensitive about stuff like that. So.
Okay, can I ask a question?
Mm-hmm.
Can I ask you a question? Mm-hmm. So I'm just playing devil's advocate right at this point. So if you knew that she was sensitive about her shit.
No, I don't mean sensitive in the fact that she was sensitive about me fucking him. I mean sensitive about the fact that we had been fucking so long. Because here's the thing.
Okay, well, either way,
everybody creates these unspoken rules in their head. So it's like, yeah, I don't care if you fuck them, but you ain't had to fuck them for an hour. Like, that's just how people get sometimes.
Okay, so then why did you, what I'm saying is if you knew that, then why did you take,
really, the reason why I did it is because I thought she was coming right back. Like, I thought, like, she was going to go downstairs.
But, listen. But at some point in time, you had to realize that she might not have been coming back.
Exactly. So that's when I said, let me go check on her.
So if you knew, right, that she was sensitive about her shit, why did you take it upon your grown ass self to fuck this man for a whole hour? Why did you cut the shit off at 45 minutes? Huh?
Here's the thing. I wasn't timing it, but I just knew, you know how you just know, like, it's been a while. She's not back yet. Let me go check on her. So I tell him, let me go check on her. Let me go get her. So I go downstairs. And so when she's drunk, she's one of those people that, male lady, it got real good to me, girl. I was like, woo, Lord. So she's one of those people sometimes when she gets drunk, she gets really emotional and get to crying and shit. She's one of those type of people. And so I get downstairs and she's talking to somebody and she's crying and shit. She cried about everything that happened to her in the last 12 years because that's the type of thing she does sometimes when she's drunk. So I come downstairs and I'm like, girl, get yourself together. He's looking for you. Come on upstairs.
Right. Come on, girl. Like, I mean, I'm about to tag you back in. Girl.
Right. So she comes upstairs and when she gets upstairs, though, he tells her, you got to get in the shower. Because she's also one of those type of people when she's drunk and high like that at parties, she's just fucking everybody. Like, that's just, you know what I mean? And so he tells her, you got to go get in the shower. So I said, well, let's just all take a shower together. So she's floating about or whatever. Right. So she's floating about or whatever. I go get in the shower. When I come out of the shower, she is fucking two other dudes. Not even him.
Wait. Hold on. Weren't y'all in the shower together?
She never came. I was like, I'm going to get in the shower. She was like, I'm coming. She never came. So I get out the shower. She's fucking two other dudes.
Okay. And then what happened?
So, because he had went to go get in his own shower. I later found out, I guess he really wasn't all that interested in her. So anyway, I get out the shower. She's fucking two other dudes. Him and I kind of get out the shower at the same time. So while she's fucking these two other dudes, he lays me down next to them. He gets to eating the cat, right?
Oh my God. Where is this story going?
Listen, focus. If you let me talk.
I'm trying to focus. You focus. Get to the end of this shit because we had a shower. He didn't get in the shower. She went in the shower. He had his own shower, but then y'all ended up in the shower. He's laying there. Get it.
You know, first of all, women, we like details. So, but okay, if you don't want the details, fast forward.
Yeah,
What ends up happening is,
I'm lost.
What ends up happening is, I think he did actually fuck her at some point, but nonetheless, we fucked all night long, like literally all night long. We saw the sun come up. We fell asleep.
The sun?
Yeah. We fell
asleep. The sun come up?
Yeah. We fell asleep naked, laying in each other's arms, right?
At whose house was this?
This was the house that her and I was staying at. Here's the interesting part. The house we're staying at, it was a dude's house. He lived alone, but he had like 4 bedrooms, big old house, and she was fucking that dude.
So how did he end up fucking the other? So basically, at the end of the day, it's okay to fuck your people's dude. Basically, is what you're saying. That's what you're saying.
Well, so this y'all tell me if I was wrong. So anyway.
Yes.
Stop saying yes. I'm asking the audience because you don't know.
Yes.
So we fucked all night long. You know what? As a matter of fact, he never fucked her that night. Him and I fucked all night long. What happened was he was turned off by her fucking the 2 random dudes.
But it's an LS party, so everybody's fucking everybody.
Okay, but that don't mean that you can still have preferences, and you know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean,
Brianna said I was not wrong.
You were wrong as fuck. And
anyway, we fall asleep in the bed next to each other naked. She ends up coming to get in the bed with us. The 3 of us sleep in the bed together. When we open our eyes, she says,
when the sun came up?
No, the sun was up when we fell asleep. When we finally opened our eyes, she says, I'm going downstairs to get my phone. While she went downstairs, he immediately rolled over and got on top of me.
Oh my God. More sex?
More sex, right? So when she comes in the room, it's not like we stop and be like, oh, she's here, we can't do this. We keep fucking or whatever. Oh he God. Does end up fucking her. In fact, I recorded it for him. And that was that weekend. She ended up saying to me that she felt some type of way, but that she wasn't mad at me, that she was mad at him because he didn't, he wasn't fucking her or whatever, and he didn't understand. Meanwhile, the dude whose house is that, he mad at her because he like, you done slept in the bed with them all night. You supposed to be here with me. That ain't my business. Fast forward.
So he was there?
Yeah, he was there.
So where was he doing all of this time of her fucking the two? He was
talking about doing his thing. But here's
the thing. So how can he get mad at her for doing her thing when everybody's in the...
Here's the thing. We're all going to do our thing. But at the end of the night, when it's said and done, you need to land with the people that you're supposed to be with. So like if me and Brian go to a party, you can do your thing and I'm going to do my thing. But at the end of the night, we're going to end up together in bed or wherever we lay down. You don't get to stay all night with Jessica while I stay all night with Keith. Like that's not at a party situation.
Well, I'm going to say this. At the end of the day, here's the thing. In that situation, I can say because you guys were at a party.
Probably male lady.
The rules are going to be typically different at a party like that because so many people are having sex with so many different people. It's like, hey, you want so in that situation, it's a little bit different. But under the context of normal situations, like, hey, that's my man. Hey, that's my chick. Yo, can I run up on your man? Can I run up on your... Nah, like that shit ain't...
So you don't think... So you're saying that it's like... So you're saying there are no circumstances. Like, let's say you just went out on 2 dates with this chick, smashed or whatever, and it just was what it was. 3 years later, your friend can't run into that person and live happily ever after?
No. No, not with that one. Not with that one, nigga. No, absolutely not. Because there should be a code. You'd be like, no. So, perfect example. I'll tell a story. I got several of them, but you know, I'll just tell one. Okay. So, when I was in the Navy, right, I had a homeboy, right?
Keep telling
Me
your
and him
story.
was
I'll be
like,
right back. I'm
me and him
listening.
was like this. We was like, you know, that was my man 50 grand. So I'm back in the back, and well, you guys don't know what a birthing area is, but the birthing area is like where you sleep at. It's like all the racks and all the other stuff. So I'm back at the birthing area and I'm chilling or whatever. I'm sitting there talking to one of my other homeboys. So there's one chick, she walked by, she come over to me. She was like, Tillery, I want to holler at you. So I'm like, I mean, what's up? You know what I'm saying? And she was just like, well, yeah, you know, I noticed you got a little happening thing going on about yourself or whatever. So I'm like, well, okay, thank you. But ain't you such and such? I'm not going to say his name. But I'm like, ain't you such and such's woman? She was like, well, yeah, but right now we not together right now. So what's up? I said, nothing's up. And then I said, I'm cool. Yeah, I don't get down like that. And then she was just like, well, let me know if you change your mind. Now, I'm never going to change my mind. That's not going to happen, right? Boom. I go to this man. I'm like, look, just to let you know, this is what happened. Your girl, ex-girl, whatever she is, she came at me just now on some, like, she was trying to get with me type stuff. Nah, I'm just letting you know. So if the story comes back another way, you'll know what it is. He said, cool, my man, thank you for putting me on game. I said, my man, because we like that. Fast forward some years later, same dude, right? I ended up leaving. I was stationed, I was in Virginia. I ended up getting stationed in Chicago, as a matter of fact. So before I left, I said, I went to my man. I said, look, I'm about to go. I'm going to Chicago. Boom. That's what I'm going to need you to do. Make sure they're good. The girl that I was with at the time, I said, make sure you good. Make sure they're good. If they need anything, boom, you my man. Bow. The same nigga who I put him up on game fucked my woman. And not only did he fuck her, he married her. Same nigga.
Well, at least he married her. It was serious.
Listen,
that means it was serious.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you like this. If I could throw this within this cup all over your forehead, I would do it right now, but I can't. You better be glad they made that.
I'm reformed.
You better be good.
I'm reformed. Because I will admit that it used to be a thing of mine. Like, I only dealt with men that like when I was a teenager, I probably had slept with all of my friends' boyfriends at some point. Like, and so I know that was wrong. I was young and I was dumb and it was stupid. As a matter of fact, my oldest son is, me and my best friend were pregnant by the same dude. Our kids are 4 days apart.
But what I don't understand is, okay, this is what I don't understand. You asked the question, is it okay? You said it's cool. But then you just said right now that you was doing.
I never said it was cool.
You know it's wrong.
I never said it was cool. I said that I believe that there are some extenuating circumstances. So this is what I was about to ask you. Does it matter? Does it matter if you slept with them? So, like, let's say it was somebody you was talking to, but y'all never got serious and y'all never slept together. Then can your friend deal with them or no?
No. Because because at the end of the day, if you and that person were talking and if you and that, here's the thing, if you and that person were talking, and let's just say the two dudes was, I don't know, best friends and shit, right? You know what I'm saying? Homeboys, right? And you tell each other everything. So it's not like that guy or that girl is not privy to that information. So it's not like they don't know, because they know what it is. So it's like, yo, me and her, we ain't smashing on enough like that, but I'm kind of digging her a little bit, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. And then that same friend is like, well, nigga, tell her how you feel, nigga. I mean, you never know where it may go, and da-da-da-da-da, like, you know what? I think I might do that. Thank you for the advice, because that's your man. That's your man, or that's your girl, right? And then, right, some other mitigated circumstances come up, and that thing doesn't move in that direction. You're the same man who was like giving advice on that. You're the same man who knew the situation. So you don't then go and be like, yeah, I'm gonna go get that. What? And then don't even have a conversation with your man about the situation. Nah, you don't do shit like that. It's just and then on top of that, especially if that person has done that, I don't know, 2 or 3 other times prior to that. So that nigga should definitely already know the code of conduct. It's just you just don't do the shit. Like, you just don't do it. And if you are going to do it, or you thinking about going to do it, you got to put that call into your man. Like, look, I know you used to fuck with her, but is it cool? And if that nigga say, nah, nigga, it ain't cool, then you don't do it. But something inside of you as a man should say, that was my man's girl, whatever the circumstance is, I ain't gonna do it. So when you do it, you know what I mean? It's just what it is. But if that's how you feel.
So today in 2021, unless it's an LS type of situation, I don't fuck with none of my friends' men. But I'm gonna tell you that I definitely did in the past. Like, I'm not gonna pretend like I did.
It could be 2029. I ain't doing it. I don't give a shit what year it is. I ain't gonna do it.
Now here's the thing. I've never done this. I'm not fucking with none of my family members, like ex-men. Like, that's just crazy to me. I had my goddaughter. She's in her 30s now. Anyway, I was dealing with this little young boy. I called him PK because he was a preacher's kid.
What is with you and these little young dudes?
So here's what happened. You know, I was married for 14 years. And
you're a cougar.
No, here's the thing. I was married for 14 years. I got married at 21.
Okay.
Right? So by the time that I was no longer married, now I'm in my 30s or whatever, I think that I was just so, like, couldn't believe that, like, younger boys were actually attracted to me, that I just was like, what? So I dated him. And plus, at that time, I was going through a period where, like, I'm just having a good time. I ain't trying to be serious with nobody. And let me tell you one thing. Young boys will fuck you like they have something to prove.
Oh my God. Listen.
I'm just trying to tell you. I'm just trying to tell you. A young boy, because he knows that you're older. So he's trying to prove to you, I got this, I can handle this. And he will fuck you like you never. I'm telling you.
Here's the thing. That may be true and all. A younger dude may be able to, I don't know, probably go more rounds, but we were all young once. I was a young dude before, and I can quite be honest and tell you, Brianna, close your ears. When I was younger, I don't think I had nearly the experience that I have now. I might have been able to go more rounds. You know what I'm saying?
No, listen.
But
these young dudes.
But the shit ain't. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
That's because when you was younger, first of all, it was a lot of shit. I feel like when we were younger, that just wasn't like the cool. Like, most dudes didn't walk around telling women when we were younger that they was gonna eat their pussy and stuff. Like, that just wasn't. That wasn't a thing we talked about. But now, like, these niggas know more. I'm just telling you that these young boys. I'm talking about a mature young boy, not just because he's young. I'm talking about you get you a mature young man. So the first young man I had, he had custody of his kids. Huh?
What's a mature young man? That doesn't make no sense.
It means that they've had some life experience. They're mature enough to handle the situation. So, like, my first little young boy, he was already the business director at the college I worked at. He had custody of his 2 kids. Like, he knew how to handle some shit, and he handled it.
So because he had custody of his 2 kids, that qualified him to be good at sex?
No, you asked me what makes him mature. That's not the same thing as sex. I'm just saying that. Anyway.
I'm going to get you a t-shirt that says, I like them young.
I
Is
mean,
that
I
what
don't
you
mind
like?
them young. I don't mind them young for fucking. Like, I wouldn't settle down in a relationship with somebody young. But if we just fucking, I'm telling you, them young boys fuck you like they got something to prove. It is
You
awesome.
and I'm gonna say this, okay? And I want to speak for all the old guys in the room. You know what I'm saying? Us old, you know what? I can't say this. My child is on the
But
side.
let
I'm
me
not
tell
even
you
gonna.
what else. You know, women's sex drive, it peaks at like 40. Y'all are going on a downslide and we're going up. So it's like,
Eh.
so this little young boy, his name, I called him PK. I was telling my goddaughter all about him. Oh, he's this and he's that. I'm telling her about our dates and telling her about our times together. I stopped dealing with him. And she suddenly, shortly thereafter, she had this new boyfriend. But she would never say his name, right? She would never say his name. She would never say. Then they took a Christmas picture and she posted it on Facebook. I don't know. I think she posted it on Facebook. And I'm zooming in like, that sure looked like PK.
Yeah, yeah.
I called her
Yeah.
up. I said, what the fuck? She says, who made up this code? You made up this code. Bitch, I will beat your ass. That's what I will do. Because you
Why?
knew that we were in a whole situation. Why? It's a 20 in my wallet. Why would you be dealing with him? And here's the thing. If you felt like it was no, my thing is this. If you felt like it was no problem with it, why didn't you just come to me and tell me? Why was it such a secret? Why were you trying to hide it?
What?
And we didn't speak for years because of that.
I mean, but didn't you just say you was out there slaying your friends' people? Like,
Oh, I put it in church.
Put a whole dove in church.
Yeah, you gotta pay tithes at church.
You put a dove in church.
I put more than the dove in church.
but didn't you just say that it was cool? You used to do it. So why would you
I
get mad at
used
her?
to do it. I don't do it now. And
I'm gonna put this
so
11 in for today.
But the
okay.
point is, you shouldn't do it. It's wrong. I could tell some more stories, but I won't. But the bottom line is, you don't smash no one that your friend dated. You just don't do it. Like, it's just, at the end of the day, you just don't do
I
it.
don't
Like,
know.
I mean,
I personally think that it depends on the situation. It depends on whether y'all slept together. To me, there are a lot of variables.
it just don't make no sense to me. I don't do it. I've never done it. I mean, I just
No, you know
nah.
what, Lotus Lioness? It wasn't over young dick. It was over, because she said we didn't speak for years over young dick. It wasn't over young dick. It was over the principle of the matter. If she had just said, you're right, my bad, I'm sorry, I should have handled this shit differently, I would have been like, okay, cool. But the fact that she kept digging her heels like she didn't do anything wrong, like she didn't have to say anything to me about it, it was a problem for me.
But what I'm saying, but according to
And anytime here's the thing, anytime that I fuck somebody's man that was my friend or whatever, they didn't know. Like I didn't post pictures on Facebook. We didn't become a whole relationship.
so because you didn't post pictures, that means it was right. What are you talking? Listen, I swear to God. I swear to God, if we could take a commercial break right now, I would take a damn commercial break. Anyway, let's move on to the next topic real quick. Let's get on to, I don't want to talk about this shit no more because this is boring me. At the end of the day, I say no. If you listen, if you agree with me, put a heart on the screen. If you agree with me that no means no, you don't fuck.
People said they agreed with you. They said agree, Paul, off limits. Everybody said they agree with you.
I want to see some hearts on the screen. I need people to know. I need to know who's with me on this one. You don't fuck nobody your friend fuck. It's just period. I don't give a shit.
You said you couldn't fuck him even if your friend didn't fuck him.
Listen, if your man or your girl was talking to somebody, interested in them, and they started talking, they started kicking it or whatever the fuck they was doing, even if it didn't lead to fucking, at that point in time, as a friend, as a confidant, we all do it. We all talk to our friend, our best friends, or whatever.
But
like, yo, I'm talking to this girl.
What if you didn't? So you're saying you tell your friend about everybody that you fuck with? No, you don't.
Yeah, nigga, yeah.
No, you don't.
Now
We just
I'm not
found
gonna
out
sit.
you was married and we ain't fucking know.
I'm
So
not
lie.
gonna sit. I'm not gonna hold on. I'm not gonna sit here and say that like every single one, but there's certain motherfuckers. Yeah. And then as far as I didn't even know you motherfuckers two was married. So don't go there, nigga. Who knew? Who knew? You know what I'm saying? I think it was raining out. I think it was raining outside, and y'all was like, "Oh, it's raining. Oh, by the way, we got married." Oh, really? What the fuck? I didn't even. Oh, well, thank you. And then y'all was like, "Well, we didn't tell nobody." Nigga, stop playing with
We
me.
didn't.
Okay, cut it out.
We didn't.
Excuse me.
We didn't.
Okay, so yeah. So and that time, and by the time y'all went and did that, me and B, we hadn't even talked in damn near a motherfucking year, right? Exactly. So cut it out.
We'll talk after the show. We need to talk.
Nigga. We'll talk after that one. Yeah, because when he left here and moved out there with your ass, yeah, he went out there and lost his motherfucking mind. Like this, I mean, you know what I mean? Yeah. Motherfucker, I don't know. He lost something because I didn't hear from the motherfucker for a whole motherfucking year, nigga. Cause yeah. Anyway, let's go to the next topic. What's the next topic?
The next question is, let's say, so I want to know y'all's opinion on this. I saw this question on Facebook, and I was like, this is interesting. So the situation is the man, let's say he makes $55,000 a year. The woman, let's say she makes $35,000 a year. They decide to move in together. The rent is $1,700. Is he wrong for asking her to pay half the rent?
No.
Audience, I want the audience to weigh in because your answers don't weigh much.
No.
Why do you say no?
First of all, well, I will say this. I think every situation or every relationship is a case-by-case basis, and I think the two parties have to sit down and decide and discuss what it is that they want to do with their financial situation. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know anybody who's going to move in with somebody. The whole premise of getting a place together, you're going to base it off of both people's finances, right? You're going to say, hey, well, this place is $1,700. Hold on. What I'm saying, when you move in with somebody, you're not going to not talk about finances, right? If a place is $1,700, $2,400, whatever the rent is, mortgages or whatever, it would behoove you to say, hey, what we doing, right? That's something you're going to talk about. At some point in time, I'm thinking like, okay, this rent is $1,700. What you got on the $1,700? And you're going to be like, well, nah, you know what? My checks, you make a little bit more. I don't know if I can. Well, out of that $1,700, I might can only handle $700. Okay, well, you sure you can do the $700? Yeah. Okay, or how about this? I'll do the $1,700. You take care of the groceries, the cable.
Yeah.
Right. I just think that whatever you two sit down and talk about, it is what it is. But I don't think it's fair that if a woman were to go into the situation, oh yeah, well you make 55, so you do that. Why are you asking me for half? The fuck?
So Lotus Lioness says, what if the roles were reversed? Right? Because to be honest, in every relationship I've been in, I've been the person that made more money. So
okay. At the end of the day, yeah. So even if the roles are reversed, right, nigga, I'm gonna pay my half. I'm paying half.
Everybody's saying, yeah, you should have a discussion. Brian and I never discussed how bills were going to be handled before he moved here.
Okay.
But I do think that's a little different because to me, in my mind, if I move into a place that you've already been living in, that means you can already afford the bills that are taking place at your house. It does not mean that I don't plan on contributing. But in my mind, I feel like, well, he can already pay the rent and all the rest of the bills. So I don't know that I would be feeling like I gotta pay half the rent. Like y'all, you know what I mean?
But that's a different situation because that's a different situation. That's not that's not
that is different. That's what I was saying. That's a little different.
Yeah,
so
but that's
I already
different.
lived here when he got here. So,
but even still, right? If you moved in with somebody, I still at some point in time think it still should be a conversation, because then what ends up happening is, not saying with you and Brian, but I know in situations where, just like I said, a woman, she already has her home, she's already doing her thing, right? It would be wrong for a man to say or just assume, well, shit, I mean, she was handling it before I got here, you know what I'm saying, and then sit back on my shit, nigga. And then next thing you know, the woman could be sitting there like, nigga, you live here now, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You using toiletries around this motherfucker, you hear me? The fuck? You know, because a woman can feel some kind of way, like, nigga, you need to kick in. You need to do something. You know what I'm saying? And you sit up there with your, you know what I'm saying? You ain't playing, you know what I'm saying? You playing video games all motherfucking day. You ain't taking out the, you know what I'm saying? So I just think if you move in with somebody, or if you're moving in together, yeah, nigga, I just think it's a conversation to be had. Not saying you definitely have to split everything down the middle, but some kind of conversation about finances should be had, so no one is feeling some kind of way. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so Mail Lady says, my ex-fiance moved into my home and I paid the mortgage, and he only gave me a little towards other bills, because she was helping him with his situation. But then she found out he wasn't taking care of his business, so she had to split things down the middle. Then Lotus Linus said, so then is it wrong for a woman?
Wrong for a woman to what?
Lotus Linus, wrong for a woman to what? Because I do think that there is kind of this double standard that we kind of just expect that the men are taking the bulk. So that's why I think they're asking, like, she makes $20,000 less than you, and you want her to pay half the rent. Like, yep. I do come personally, in all the situations I've been in, I have based it really on like how much money they make. I don't just be like, well, this is what it is, you need to pay this. If I know, you know what I mean, that I'm making $24 an hour and you're only making 12, like, it's ridiculous for me to think that like you need to handle so much more, because you can't.
But again,
or what happens is, I have been in situations where they were trying to handle it all, but then it was like they didn't have any money for anything else. So I want to go eat. I want to go out to eat. I want to go to the movies. I want to go here. I want to go there. And they were always like, well, I don't have any money. And I was like, well, I can pay. Well, that bothered them. They didn't want me to pay for it. But I'm like, well, I'm not sitting in the house looking crazy because you don't have any money. If I have the money and I'm saying I'm cool with it, why can't we just do what I want to do? Like, I don't understand.
But again, I just think, again, at the end of the day, it just all boils down to, you just have to have a conversation with your partner or your, whatever you want to call, whoever the fuck is moving in where. It's just a conversation that has to be that just has to be on the table. I mean, you just got to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Because no one knows your money better than you, or your finances better than yourself. So I just think that you gotta talk. You know what I'm saying? You got to talk. Because I just.
Is it wrong for a woman to move in with a man that already has all his bills paid and not paying? I mean, it's wrong if that's what if he expects her to help contribute. Some men, you know what I mean, like to be like, I'm the breadwinner, I'm the provider, and I got it. Some men are like you said, people said we're in a different time. So some men are like, no, you can help. You know what I mean? So I think it just depends.
Right. Like, again, you know what I'm saying? So if a woman, so if a woman moves in with a man who already has his stuff together, whatever, then he's already paying his bills. So he may say to her, don't worry about it, I'm already doing it. You know, take your money. I mean, since you're here using up electricity, all right, maybe you can help alleviate something else, like go grocery shopping, go buy the groceries, or again, pay some of the smaller bills, or just whatever. And I got what in the hell is you doing?
There is a spider on my ring light. And it's okay, sorry.
If he bites you, you're going to turn into Spider-Woman and shit.
Brian's about to come in here. I'm going to make him do it. Kill him.
Tell Mook I said hi, Brianna. I'm going to have to call you when the show's over, when I'm on my way to work, so I can look at Mook. Um, yeah. So yeah, I mean, so I just think that it just boils down to having a conversation with your significant other about finances, and I don't really think it's about who makes more money and who doesn't make more money, and you just it's still a conversation. It's still a
So
conversation.
Sneezy says, if you're planning on building a future with them, then it is a partnership. It depends on the mindset of the individuals and how they choose to build together. Mail Lady
Yeah.
says, if you move in together, you become a team. So you need to do what's best in the interest for the both of you. So, but that's why I'm feeling like if the person is like, hey, you got to pay half, I feel like that person isn't necessarily saying, let's do what works best for us. I feel like they're just saying, you got to pull the same amount of weight that I'm pulling, like it's going to be equal. And most people know that in relationships, it's not always 50-50. Sometimes it's 80-20. Sometimes it's, you know what I mean? Like it varies. So to me, I feel like it's kind of petty almost to just out the gate say, yeah, no, you got to pay half.
I mean, and again, you just gotta have that conversation with the person, and then I think as long as you do that, I think most of us we figure this shit out. You know what I'm saying? That type of thing. You know what I mean? So that's just my opinion. That's what I feel. You know. So yeah, because I mean, in some situations it can be a little double standard. You know what I'm saying? So if you know what I'm saying, like if a man like I'll say, if a man made the money, you know what I'm saying, and paid all the bills, and if a woman, just sat home and, took care of the kids and washed the dishes and all that other shit, or, took care of the household, it's like, cool, nigga. I mean, she's doing her job, you doing your job, and everything's cool. But if you take that same situation and flip that shit around, and the woman's out there making all the money, and the man's at home, baking biscuits and muffins and
Yeah.
shit like that, you be like, nah, nigga, get your ass up and go to Walmart and be a greeter. You better go do something. It's looked at differently. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
You know what I'm saying? If a man was like, you know what? If a man was like, shit, I want to be a kept man. I just want to sit around the house and, you know what I'm saying, and work on my cricket machine all day and let her go out and make the bread. Nigga, please. It ain't going down like that
but
at all.
some men want to be house husbands and they enjoy it, and the wives are okay with it. I'm going to say that me personally, even if I made hundreds of thousands of dollars, I don't know that I would be comfortable with my man just chilling at home all day. Like, you got to do something. Like, even if you don't need the money, even if you're volunteering at something, you can't just lay at home all day. We don't got no kids for you to take care of at home. That ain't gonna work for me.
All I'm saying is you better get your ass up and go do something. So it's always a double standard when it comes to stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like women can go out here and say, "Oh shit, I want a man to take care of me, girl. I'm just." But if a man would have said that shit, nigga, what? You need a nigga. If you don't get your ass up and go do something, you better go
That's
to
true.
Jiffy Lube. It's a double standard to that shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. That is true. So you know
Hell,
what?
hell. I mean, fairy tales have been teaching little girls that shit since motherfucking day one. Oh,
Yeah.
you're the princess. You gonna find this motherfucker girl gonna take you. What was the bitch who lost the slipper? Is that Cinderella,
Cinderella.
Snow White?
Cinderella.
Whatever her fucking name is, right? She was a little poor little child and mean stepmamas and shit like that. And some magic motherfucker come and turn her ass and pumpkin and yeah. Been teaching women that since day one. Some man is gonna come and save your ass. You tell me a fairy tale story about a nigga waiting on a woman to come. It's not happening. It's never gonna happen.
The men are
Not
always,
ever.
the women are the ones waiting for the kiss.
It's never gonna happen. Like, nigga, go. You better get your ass up and go do some work. That's it. The only
Okay.
the only the only narrative that we have as men, right? Which is also the only narrative towards men about women in fairy tales is like Beauty and the Beast type some shit. Like a woman will calm the savage beast and shit. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
what we
Like
do.
that's like women will calm the savage beast. That's it. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what we do. We call him the savage beast.
Not always.
Yeah.
Here
That's the
come
only
Brian.
narrative.
Soon as Brian come in the room, talking about not always. That's a lie y'all tell yourself. Like,
I mean, you know, but it's a
I
narrative.
don't call him the beast.
Hey, B, what's up, B?
What up?
He's coming. He's changing his shirt. So listen, this is my last thing we're going to talk about tonight. I saw this on your page last week. Ben, can you please kill this spider? It's just spider webbing up and down. It's just taunting me. I just don't understand.
He's about to bite the shit out your forehead, too.
So I saw this on your page last week. I didn't look at any of the responses, but I would like to know. It looks like a couple men on here. I see Benjamin. Is there any other men? You or Brian going to tell us? You asked the question, something to the effect of, who does the man love more, the woman he lies to or the woman he tells the truth?
What?
Don't put, you posted it. So don't play dumb.
I got that. I mean, I just saw that and I just reposted. That's all it was.
Yeah, okay. Let's see it.
I mean, I just reposted it. So.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about it. Paul, who do you love more? Your wife
talk about
that you're lying to, or the girl on the side that you're telling the truth to?
I mean, we can talk about that on the next show because it's 10 o'clock and I got to go to work. Okay, so we'll talk about that on Wednesday show. Okay, or whatever. But okay, I'll say this: what we have learned, right? What we have learned through healing, right, and unpacking is that it's not good to lie to anybody because the truth.
That was not the question.
Shall set you free.
The question was never, is it good to lie? The question was, which one of those women do you care about more? The one that you're lying to or the one you're telling the truth to?
I don't know because to be honest
you
with
love
you,
yourself.
at the time, you know what I'm saying, depending upon you tell yourself that. Here's the thing. You tell yourself, like I told you when I was unpacking some shit before, you know, when your life is always surrounded by lies and secrets, right? You tend to think that if you tell this lie, it's going to protect the person from the harsh reality of what the situation is. So you'll be like, well, I'm not telling you this, or I'm lying to you because you think that you're sparing their feelings, or you think that you're protecting them, or whatever. You get what I'm saying? So then you might have like the side chick or whatever, but like, well, just tell me the truth. Tell me the truth. I want to know right now. Tell me the truth. Who is she? And then you be like, all right. And then she might, you know, so you be like, all right, well, nigga, this is what it is. Bye. And then that woman will confirm that shit. See, now I know you really love me and you care about me because you just told me the truth. So then you start thinking, well, shit, if I just keep telling the truth to her, that's telling her that I love her. So, you know, it's just one of those situations. But it all boils down to, at the end of the day, a lie is a lie. You shouldn't lie. Don't lie. Tell the truth. And everything will work out.
It sounded like to me, you're saying that you care more. Huh?
Hold on. Sorry, I saw the Purple Rain shirt. I just had to give you a little Prince in there. That's all. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. What'd you say, Ebony?
It sounded like to me you're saying that you care more about the person that you're lying to because you're trying to spare their feelings. You don't want to hurt them.
Listen, when I was lying, I was trying to spare everybody's motherfucking feelings and my own. Okay? So, and that shit didn't work out. So at the end of the day, you know, telling the truth and being set free is the best thing to do.
Okay, so Sneezy says men are just more comfortable with the one they're telling the truth to, but he doesn't really love them. They say you don't love either one of them. Now, Benjamin, I want to see Benjamin's answer, and I want to hear Brian's answer.
I'm here. I'm start answering for men. That's pissing me off. I get tired of that.
That's not true.
That's fake.
Brian, so what's your answer? Who do you love more? The one you're lying to or the one you're telling the truth? Or care about more?
I'm telling the truth to you. I don't care about what I'm lying to. That's what I'm lying. I don't give a fuck about you.
It's not true. I mean,
if you're not
I mean, you know, I just,
some trouble on the side.
I mean, I will admit that I've lied to some people, you know what I'm saying, that, you know, that I was in love with because I didn't want to hurt their feelings. So you know what I'm saying, and then, but more importantly, I didn't want to have to come to grips of telling the fucking truth. You know what I'm saying? I had a lot of truth that I needed to unpack, and I didn't want to tell them at the time because I was afraid that if I told them that I was going to lose them, and I didn't want to lose them, so I lied. I'm like, fuck that, because I was enjoying the space that we were in. I was enjoying the love that we shared, and I knew that once the truth came out, that shit was gonna be all over with. So I'm like,
so I don't understand. So then this is a topic for another show then.
Why? Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday we're gonna talk about why do men cheat? Because you just said I loved her, I didn't want to lose her, I knew what I had, but you still did some shit that you knew would ultimately hurt her. So if you felt all of that for her, why did you still choose to do that?
Why? Let me ask you a question. Ready? Why the fuck is the sky blue? Why?
No, Paul. No, I'm not going to let you slide.
I'm asking. What I'm asking. Answer. Why is the sky blue?
Because that's the way God made it.
Why is the grass green?
So you're saying God made you a cheater?
Why is the grass green?
Because that's the way God made it.
What I'm saying is, some things that we do in motherfucking life, we do them and they're done, and there's really no explanation for it other than the fact that you did it. Once you do it, right? Me personally, I didn't, in my situations, I didn't necessarily just set out to be like, okay, perfect example. Cause we gotta go. Perfect example. When I got motherfucking married, I didn't necessarily set out to this motherfucking be like, you know what, hey, I'm gonna go out here and motherfucking cheat. But when you start getting text messages in your motherfucking phone from other motherfucking niggas, one's gonna be like, really? That's what we doing? And it's a whole bunch of things that lump into that shit. You know what I'm saying? And so it's not just one specific thing that just says, you know what I'm saying? It's always an abundance of things that end up coming out that fucking, you know what I'm saying, lead you down a different motherfucking road than the one that you planned. You know what I'm saying? Period. But at the end of the day,
Brianna, that's how you cuss all the time.
I do cuss. Anyway, listen. So it's 10:05. I gotta go to work.
Benjamin said a side is a side. Now, Benjamin has a different point of view. He says a side is a side, and you're going to lie to them. But what I was hearing everybody else say is that you'll tell the side the truth and lie to the... So, I'm confused.
I didn't say that.
You didn't say that? You lied to the side?
That's what I said. I said, well, I don't give a fuck about her.
So you lied to the side because you don't give a fuck about her, but you're not telling the truth because you didn't tell your main one that you had a side one.
Yes, that's not what your original question. You asked something different now.
I'm asking you who you would lie to and who you would tell the truth to.
You said which one do you love, the one you lie to or the one you don't lie to? That's what you said.
Exactly. So if you haven't told me that you got a side bitch, you're not telling me the truth. But
the question wasn't if you had a side bitch. Your question was, you're changing as you do. Stop it. The question was, do you love the one you lie to or the one you tell the truth to? That's what you said.
Well, that's how you interpreted it. Everybody else knew what we were talking about. That's why he said something about the side. And that's why we were talking about cheating.
Listen.
So you're saying
I don't want to talk about cheating in relationships no more. I don't want to talk about shit. I'm done with that conversation because that's all we end up talking about is fucking relationships and cheating shit. Let's talk about something else. Okay, how much money do you want to make in the next 5 years? I tell you what, on Wednesday's show, I'll give y'all some information on how you can put some money into your pocket and you can continue to be independently wealthy. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about wealth and finances and how do you get more money?
Lotus wants us to bring this back on Wednesday. I think we will, Lotus.
I'm not
satisfied with this conversation, Lotus.
Listen, I'm not bringing this shit back on Wednesday. We're going to talk about, matter of fact, this is what I want to talk about. Next, on Wednesday's show, What I want to talk about is if there was 101 Smurfs and one Smurfette, who was fucking Smurfette? That's what I want to talk about. Let's talk about that.
Everybody.
That's what I want to talk about. That's what I want to talk about.
Your daughter said Google Duo her.
I know, Brianna. That's why I'm trying to get off the line right now so I can Google Duo you. Okay? All right?
Listen, I got a whole sheet of stuff to talk about, so.
We'll talk about that on Wednesday. On Wednesday's show. It's 10:15. I got to go. I just dropped bars on you. I just dropped bars. You didn't even hear it. You know what I'm saying? I dropped bars on you. How was work, B? I dropped bars.
Shit.
Another day, another dollar, huh? I get it. We never get to play our closeout music. You know what? I'm gonna play my closeout music today. I'm gonna do it because I want to play it because we never get to play it. Ooh.
Look at all this time you wasting trying to play music. Good night,
Listen, I don't want to keep talking about that cheating and lying shit. I saw the shit, I saw the post, and I reposted it. You know, that's it. I mean,
I've been asking this question for a long time, and what's interesting is every time I ask this question when I do a show, I always get all of these answers all over the place. The men can't agree. So I kind of think it depends on like the dude. Because for some dudes, it's who they're telling the truth to, and for some dudes, it's who they're lying to. I think it kind of depends individually.
Because some dudes really care about their side piece. I don't give a fuck about that nigga.
So you never had a side piece that you really came to actually care about?
No. I told you I have. Everybody goes in their spot.
In a compartment.
And
exactly.
They stay there, and nothing changes. Jay-Z summed it up the best. The problem is, dudes treat the one that you humping the same way you treat the one that you loving. So no, you can't do that. I'm like, oh yeah.
I don't know that line. I don't even know that line. What line is that? What song was that in? What did he say?
Dudes treat the one that they humping the same way as the one that they loving, and you can't do that.
I want to say it was the Bonnie and Clyde thing he did. Him and Beyonce did.
And I gotta go listen to that one.
Those three Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah. But at the end of the day,
that's true.
I mean, you know what I'm saying. I mean, again, there was different times. In, you know, there's different situations and different times in people's lives when you do different things. I mean, there was a time, like, perfect example, and I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna be out of here. But like, there was a time when I was in the Navy. You know what I'm saying? When I was in the Navy, when I was going through shit with, you know what I'm saying, with my first wife, like, nigga, I didn't give a fuck. I was running through women like a motherfucking mouse in a goddamn cheese factory. I cheated for no other reason than, I don't know, because I can fucking do it. Period. There was no real rhyme or reason. If the wind blew, if I wanted to fuck you, I'm fucking you. You know what I'm saying? Before there was the first 48, I had already invented the shit. Because if I didn't fuck you within the first 48 hours, whatever. Bye, on to the next case. There was no real rhyme or reason. But once you get past all of that, and then you start going into other situations, you know, you don't just set out to be like, oh, you know, you want to do things, you didn't want to do things different. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you just find yourself in bad motherfucking situations. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
I also want to say this, because I did just realize that I was focusing this conversation mostly on men. However, women cheat as well.
Hold on. Before you say that, everybody remember, you can get this cup for $39.95. Okay? And you can get a wine glass. Yeah, it was $59.95, but I ain't really see nobody going for that price. So I'm dropping the price point, right, down to $39.95. You can get your very own steel radio mug, or for $25.95, you can get yourself a wine glass that Ebony's holding, okay? And for $20.95, you can get yourself a steel radio t-shirt. Just that.
Well,
that's the promo.
T-shirt is cheaper than the mug? That don't make sense.
Because what?
That don't make sense. T-shirts don't cost less than cups.
No, this cup is $39.95.
But you said the t-shirt was only $20.
Well, yeah, because it's a t-shirt. Yeah, it's a t-shirt. This mug is better.
Okay.
$39.99. I mean, $39.95. Now, what was you saying?
I was saying that I realized that I was focusing the conversation on men. However, women do cheat and women do also lie. So I should have asked the women, you know, who do you care about more, the ones you love or the one you're lying to?
And let me just say this for the record. Women have been cheating since the beginning of time. Y'all started the shit, okay? This all you gotta think about. Yeah, she started it. Eve with her little ass was in the garden. Adam said, "Don't carry your ass in the garden. Don't eat shit. Don't touch shit." You know what I'm saying? And what did she do? She went in there and somebody appeared to her like, "Ooh, girl, you look so good."
She did tell the first lie. She did tell the first lie.
Hold on. And then he was like, "Ooh, girl, you look so good. Your body looking all tight and shit like this." Fuck what your man said. Bite this apple. Who was she listening to? Huh? Another man. Yeah.
It was an animal.
It was another man. Yeah.
But she also did tell the first lie. When God came to look for them or whatever, they were hiding. And so I'll give you that.
Yeah. And as I play this good night music, okay? The name of this song is, you can Google it, okay? We don't own the rights to this music, but it's called Good Times by Michael Jackson and the Jackson 5, okay? So we all go through things in life, good, bad, or indifferent, but sometimes you gotta stop. Take the moment in, think about the good times. Because at the end of the day, no matter what we go through, good, bad, or indifferent, the good times are all we really gonna have to remember our loved ones and stuff like that. So yeah, I urge everyone to go listen to that song. It's called Good Times, Michael Jackson and Jackson 5. We don't own the rights to the music, but this is our closeout song. I've been trying to play it for like the last couple shows, but we never get to it. But anyway, I am out of here. I'm on my way to work. Thank you guys for tuning in to Steel Radio. I'm your man Steel. That's my lovely co-host, Ebony, aka Miss Hot Topic. And you know what I'm saying, last but not least, you know what I'm saying, better late than never, Brian, aka B Rabbit, aka the Green Eyed Genie. We'll see you guys Wednesday, 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central. Thank you. Good night. Together.